We all belong outside. We're drawn to nature, whether it's the recorded sounds of the ocean we doze off to, or the succulents that adorn our homes. Nature makes all of our lives, well, better. Despite all this, we often go about our busy lives removed from it. But the outdoors is closer than we realize. With AllTrails, you can discover trails nearby and explore confidently. With offline maps and on-trail navigation, download the free app today and make the most of your summer with AllTrails.
Hey, I'm Jamie East, and today's episode of The Smart 7 in association with Metro is supported by our friends at IG. Now, if you're someone who juggles money across multiple accounts, an ISA here, a GIA there, maybe a trading account you set up on the side, you'll know how frustrating managing it all can feel. Well, IG's just launched a brand new app that fixes exactly that. With IG's unified wallet, you can fund across all your accounts from one place, see your total portfolio at a glance, and move between investing, trading, and more, all without the hassle of logging into multiple accounts. One app, every product. And on top of that, IG charges no annual fees and zero commission on stock shares and ETFs, so more of your money stays invested rather than being chipped away at by the platform that's supposed to be helping it grow. IG's the investment platform that backs you. Download the app and get started. IG Trade. Invest. Progress. Your capital's at risk. Other fees may apply. On today's Smart 7, former neo-Nazi withdraws as Tory candidate, Green Party calls for urgent action on climate and much more. It's Thursday, 6th of August, it's International Scuba Day, and happy birthday, Michelle Yeoh.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
We've become used to some extreme candidates emerging in British politics with the rise of reform and their rush to appoint candidates, resulting in some with questionable pasts slipping through the vetting process. However, it's quite a surprise when the Tory party is in the headlines in connection with a former neo-Nazi. On Wednesday, Joshua Bonehill-Pine withdrew his candidacy from next year's local elections after it emerged he had been convicted of harassing a Jewish MP in 2015 and spent 3 years in jail. Badenoch says his decision to withdraw was the correct one.
This is a man who was talking about how in his late teens and early 20s he was radicalised. He became a racist and an anti-Semite. And he is training, certified by the Home Office, training people.
However, she sparked a new storm of protest when she appointed him instead to a new role as an advisor to her party's Culture and Integration Commission, where he will focus on how young men become radicalised. The person he abused, now Baroness Berger, had a different view.
There's a big difference between going back into society and teaching others possibly about what you did and why it was wrong, to making the leap to standing for public office. I think there's a massive distinction there.
Britain has been struggling through a summer of heat waves and drought, so it's not entirely surprising that Green Party leader Zach Polanski held a press conference on Wednesday on the subject of climate change. July has been one of the driest on record, with only 7% of the normal rainfall, which has left the country bleached and suffering from an epidemic of wildfires. James Rogers is a firefighter, and he joined Zach to give a close-up view of the impact that the change in Britain's climate is having.
Everyone who works in the fire brigade is feeling the exhaustion. We expect the fires. What we didn't expect was for the extreme heat itself to become the emergency.
Polanski says that the situation is so severe that the Prime Minister should call a Cobra meeting to address the issue, but he brushed off questions about his choice of timing after last week's embarrassment over some poor social media posting.
It's very clear why I've called this press conference and why I'm talking about this now is from the day I was elected as leader of the Green Party, which was nearly a year ago. We saw our poll ratings rise, but actually this isn't about politics. This is about saying to the Prime Minister, this isn't a political reality, it's a scientific reality.
16 months after the UK Supreme Court ruled that sex inequality law means biological sex rather than gender, the new guidance based on the ruling finally came into effect this week. The Equality and Human Rights Commission has advised trans people that they should either use gender-neutral facilities or choose the one that matches their biological sex. That also applies to gym changing rooms or even rape crisis centres, which has sparked concern from trans rights campaigners who called the guidance unworkable. Mary-Anne Stevenson is the chair of the EHRC, and she says that while the guidance is statutory, that doesn't mean that trans people are unprotected.
If you are providing services differently or separately for women and men, that has to be on the basis of biological sex, but also that trans people are protected against discrimination and harassment, and they shouldn't be left in a situation where there aren't services that they can use.
Ukrainian President Zelensky has been warning allies that his country is dangerously low on crucial interceptor missiles as Russia continues to launch wave after wave of attacks on Ukraine. Early Wednesday morning saw at least 17 people killed in a ballistic missile attack that started fires across Kiev and injured dozens more. NATO has pledged to urgently get more air defence missiles, but as supplies run low, the situation is becoming increasingly desperate, and Zelensky renewed calls for either more missiles or more sanctions on Russia to stop the bloodshed. He also warned that Ukraine's military has been instructed to find and destroy Russia's missile bases.
The military knows that they need to destroy the enemy's launchers, thus reducing the strikes on Ukraine, our infrastructure and civilians. They are doing this and will continue to do so.
Still to come on today's Smart 7 in association with Metro, a dramatic plea draws attention and Callum Turner reveals his New York accent trick. Right after this. Hey, I'm Jamie East, and today's episode of the Smart 7 in association with Metro is supported by our friends at IG. Now, if you're someone who juggles money across multiple accounts, an ISA here, a GIA there, maybe a trading account you set up on the side, you'll know how frustrating managing it all can feel. Well, IG's just launched a brand new app that fixes exactly that. With IG's unified wallet, you can fund across all your accounts from one place, see your total portfolio at a glance, and move between investing, trading, and more, all without the hassle of logging into multiple accounts. One app, every product. And on top of that, IG charges no annual fees and zero commission on stock, shares and ETFs, so more of your money stays invested rather than being chipped away at by the platform that's supposed to be helping it grow. IG's the investment platform that backs you. Download the app and get started. IG Trade. Invest. Progress. Your capital's at risk. Other fees may apply.
There's never been a better time to get outside and experience the benefits of nature. Discover nearby trails and explore the outdoors with All Trails. Download the free app today and find your outside.
Welcome back. The Commonwealth Games wrapped up at the weekend, but one of the athletes who participated in the event has kept on making headlines this week. Archie Goodburn, a Scottish swimmer who qualified for the finals of the Games, was diagnosed with 3 inoperable brain tumours back in 2024. He spoke on BBC Breakfast on Tuesday morning, making a direct and emotional plea to Prime Minister Andy Burnham for more funding for UK research into brain cancer in a clip that went viral. The PM responded on TikTok on Tuesday, and Health Secretary Yvette Cooper told BBC Breakfast on Wednesday morning that the government will take action.
I've asked the Department of Health to look urgently at this. If we're honest, we have not seen enough progress on some of these rare cancers, and particularly around brain cancer. And Archie's right, we need to make that progress.
Callum Turner seems to be having a bit of a moment. He's just married singer Dua Lipa, and he's been talked about as a potential next James Bond. Apart from the tabloids, he stars alongside Monica Barbaro in the new comedy/fantasy movie One Night Only. It's been described as like The Purge, but for sex, and stars the duo as a couple of singles who meet up on the one day that they could get it on. It's been getting good reviews, and Brit actor Turner popped up with Jimmy Fallon to explain how he perfected his New York accent for the role.
You were trying to get a New York accent, an American accent, and you were listening to my interviews.
Yeah, your Diary of a CEO interview.
The Diary of a CEO interview, which I can't believe you
I listened to it 3 times. Is that weird?
It's 2 hours long.
I listened to it in the shower at one point.
If you like your jump scare horror movies, you'll be very familiar with the Insidious franchise. The good news is the 6th movie in the series is just about to drop, and this time the evil spirits have figured out how to make their way out of the spiritual plane known as the Further and into the real world. If that sets your teeth on edge, then maybe it's not for you, but the movie, which stars horror veterans Amelie Eve, Brandon Perea and original Scream Queen Lynn Shay, is due to hit cinemas on August 21st. It's called Insidious Out of the Further.
Gemma, listen to me. You can do something I didn't know was possible. You can bring demons back from the Further to the human world permanently.
How do I stop this?
You're not alone in here.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes and we'll give you the world. Hey, I'm Jamie East, and today's episode of The Smart 7 in association with Metro is supported by our friends at IG. Now, if you're someone who juggles money across multiple accounts, an ISA here, a GIA there, maybe a trading account you set up on the side, you'll know how frustrating managing it all can feel. Well, IG's just launched a brand new app that fixes exactly that. With IG's unified wallet, you can fund across all your accounts from one place, see your total portfolio at a glance, and move between investing, trading, and more, all without the hassle of logging into multiple accounts. One app, every product. And on top of that, IG charges no annual fees and zero commission on stock, shares, and ETFs, so more of your money stays invested rather than being chipped away at by the platform that's supposed to be helping it grow. IG's the investment platform that backs you. Download the app and get started. IG Trade. Invest. Progress. Your capital's at risk. Other fees may apply.
Why does the same news story sound completely different depending on where you read it? That confusion is exactly what Ground News was built to solve. It's an app and website that compares news coverage, allowing you to see how each story is framed across the political spectrum and the world. For the recent story about the US signing the Memorandum of Understanding with Iran, their Vantage Plan shows us that right-leaning Daily Express framed it as a historic peace deal, while left-leaning NPR notes it resulted in the president's approval hitting record lows, plus data like each publication's source of funding and a factuality rating. The Nobel Peace Center even called Ground News an excellent way to stay informed, avoid echo chambers, and expand your worldview. Get 40% off by going to ground.news/2026. That's ground.news/2026. Again, ground.news/2026.